I'm like, who is this? And you don't want to look, right? It's the same thing, eye contact. And I'm running, I'm like, I'm all. And it's like, here comes Dion Sanders, and I'm like, holy crap. So I put my head down, I'm running, and all I see now is the pylon and the official. And I'm running, I'm getting closer to the pylon. I peek back at him, he's closer. I look at the official, and the official's eyes are like this. And he's looking at Dion too. He knows I'm not going to make it. Then I stretch out and...
Top of the morning to you, and welcome to episode 8 of the Harvester Sports Podcast. I'm Austin.
I'm Noah, and behind the camera,
I'm Tyler.
And we got a great one for you today. We got David Carr back in the podcast, my poppy, so I hope you all enjoy it.
number 8 with number 8.
Woo!
So what I was going to tell you is,
Okay.
I like Colin. Mm-hmm. Me and Colin get along great. Colin Coward. He does his thing. He lights a fire. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, the California wildfires and the things that happen, it all starts with a single spark. That's what Colin does. He just sparks it. Yeah, that's all he does.
He starts the flame.
He starts the flame. And so, but when you go into his studio, which I haven't been there in a while, I've been a lot of Zoom, off. When you go in, his desk is 5 times the size of a normal desk.
Yeah,
it's like a giant is sitting at the desk. I haven't said this to him yet because I haven't been on the show as much. So I think by maybe like 15th or 16th time that I go on a show, I think that around there I'll be like, Colin, what's up with your desk, dude? It's massive. Okay, and not only is it massive, it's 3 feet above you. So it's like you're going into a judge's courtroom, and you walk in and you're just like, who's sitting here? And it's just Colin. And you're like, they don't understand. This is so crazy.
He gives off those vibes too.
Yes.
Like a judge type vibe.
Yes. And so it's funny to me. So anyway, that's my Colin Coward.
I have noticed that. Why is it so big? And
it's a power move.
How far is
when you come and sit in my room, in my office? You ever notice how small the chairs are?
That's fat. It's like really tight too.
Yes.
It's like getting called into the principal's
office. It's supposed to make you feel
something.
inferior and insecure.
How far away is the woman on his show? Is she in the back corner too?
Joy's in the kitchen, from here.
Don't say that.
She's a long way.
She's that far?
She's a good 15 yards from him.
She's yelling so you can hear her?
Yeah. Joy's great, though, because I work with MJ Acosta-Ruiz on NFL Network, and her and Joy are best friends. Fun fact about Joy. Joy is Jason Taylor's sister. Jason Taylor Xerxes.
Oh, yeah.
Defensive end for the Miami Dolphins for a long time. So we have some fun stories about when I tried to catch a pass on him. So we run this play. Okay, so in the NFL, for the quarterback to catch a pass, he has to be in the shotgun. He can't be under center. Yeah. I don't know why the rule is what it is. So we run a little jet motion fly sweep type thing. I hand it off to my receiver, and I'm supposed to sneak out the back, right? But who, in the brilliance of the Houston Texans, who's the defensive end that we're running this play on?
Yeah.
Hall of Famer Jason Taylor. So I flip it to him, and then the only thing that I didn't think about in practice is what do I do if he looks at me? Right?
If he just locks eyes.
So when you make you're trying not to look at someone in a crowd, and then you look at him and you guys make eye contact,
and he knows something.
And he knows something's up. So as soon as I hand the ball to Jabbar Gaffney, I go like this. I go. And then it was
look at the camera and lock eyes with the camera.
So I was here comes Jabbar. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna flip it, and I go like this. And then he looks dead at me, and then it was a sprint to the pylon, and he's 6'8", and so I'm running, and then Jabbar throws a perfect pass right over my shoulder, and I only got 1 foot in.
Oh, I think it's controversial, but being on a bad team has way more fun stories than being on a really good team. Oh
yeah, dude.
His stories he tells me are so
I got
insane.
we won the Super Bowl with the Giants. I have no stories with the Giants.
Yeah, yesterday I was just sitting on the couch next to him, and I was like, Dad, dude, did you know that the Texans won 26-3 one year, and they had 47 yards on offense? He's like, I was there.
Not only was I there, Austin, I was the quarterback of that football team. I completed a screen, and then I completed I think I told you a 12-yard in route to Billy Miller. And I was when I hit that pass, I was like, yes! And Joey Porter from Bakersfield looks at me
Yeah.
12-yard pass, bro. It's the late in the fourth quarter. You completed your first pass over 5 yards.
But to Houston, that was a freaking 99-yard
Well,
bomb,
because we had
bro.
to get that first down because Aaron Glenn, who is the defensive coordinator for the Lions, actually now, he intercepted like 2 passes, took one of them back, maybe both of them back for pick six. We'll have to Tyler. Look at Aaron Glenn's. Don't even look at that.
Yeah, don't look
Why
at
am I even asking?
Yeah, don't say that.
Anyway, Aaron Glenn
He's gonna
took
bring
at
up
least
a
one
much
back.
better stat.
Yeah,
find
against
something.
Tommy Maddox. But yeah, it was fun.
But it's, sometimes you just need the defense to help a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, do your part.
Yeah, you just need to
I
help.
mean, just sometimes
It's
I can't just score 30.
It's already so hard. It's already so hard on me, on you. You know.
I mean, even though we'd never scored 30, but I can't always do it, right? So help us out every once in a while.
Especially, I think one of my favorite stories you told me is the one when you played Dion when he was on the Ravens.
Oh yeah,
that was my favorite story.
That was
you
funny.
told me.
So Dion Sanders, of course, it's Dion. It's Dion Sanders. So I'm like, all right, just don't get picked off because you won't catch him. Like, don't,
And this is the end of his career.
Yeah,
too.
the end of his career. So he's playing like nickel, right, on third downs, and like he's playing inside, and he's still got like that crazy look in his eye, like all good corners do. That are they're just gonna guess. He doesn't care if you complete pass on him or like what. He's gonna guess, and he wants pick six.
Yeah.
That's all he's there and playing in Baltimore is to get one more pick six so he can do his high hurdle thing, right? So. It was like, I can't remember if it was third down or what it was, but I think we had like this option route inside and he's on the right side. So I drop back and I like look and I'm like, he's really like overplaying the fact that I'm going to throw this outside. So I just literally like with one of my eyes, I just went like this, like
a
to
gecko.
the right, like gecko, like Tyler. It was just like one eye went like that way. And this dude ran 14 yards to the right. And I just like literally threw it right behind him and got a first down. And I was like, yeah, that was on Dion Sanders. So we're later on in the game, we go down and we're on the goal line. On the freaking 1 foot line, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally this far. Okay, so with the coach and his brilliance, of course, Houston and our brilliance, we've already talked about how great we are. We run plays at Hall of Fame players.
Yeah.
Okay, so this time we ran it away from him. Right? They're like, we're gonna boot you out. We're gonna boot you to the right. I'm like,
Story of your
I'm
life.
like, you realize that I'm a slow white quarterback, right? And they're like, they'll never expect it. I'm like, all right.
No,
let's
do you
try
have
it.
to tell them like, hey, listen, straight up, you can tell me I have to bootleg it, but I do this every single play already.
Yeah, no, I already run. So
They're
like,
like,
the fact that you're
okay,
calling it, that just
This
saves an
time
extra.
you're gonna be scrambling
On
this
purpose.
down.
Yeah,
It's on
They'll
purpose.
never expect you to do it on purpose. I'm like, okay, good plan. All right, let's try it. So set, hut, boom, like play action, like roll it, reverse out, fake it to the left, and then so I start to hit the gas. I'm like out the right, and there's nobody there. I'm like, I'm in Baltimore. I'm like, I'm walking in, and I'm not walking. I'm running, thinking that I'm gonna not get hit. That's the only thing you care about in the NFL. Is like, can I safely make it to my destination without getting my brains wrecked? Okay. And as I'm running to the pylon, bro, all I see is white shoes and socks along the back of the end zone, and I'm all passing every one of the Ravens. I'm like, who is this? And you don't want to look, right? It's the same thing, eye contact. And I'm running like, I'm all. And it's like, here comes Dion Sanders, and I'm like, holy crap. So I put my head down, I'm running, and all I see now is the pylon and the official. And I'm running, I'm getting closer to the pylon. I peek back at him, he's closer. I look at the official, and the official's eyes are like this. And he's looking at Dion too. He knows I'm not going to make it. Then I like stretch out, and boom, and Dion knocks me into the cheerleaders short.
I like to think that
Knocked me out.
I like to think that your head coach in Houston was like Pilot, and every time he calls a play, he's like, I wash my hands of it.
He's like, I've done my part.
Whatever happens out
Whatever
there.
happens. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly how it was.
It's like who do you want? You want David Carr? You want Barabbas? You want David Carr, or do you want an offensive
Give
line?
us Barabbas! I'm like, no.
wanna see
I'm like, into your hands I commit my
Yeah.
spirit.
Do you want to see an offensive line, or you'll see Barabbas, a man just running circles for 10 minutes?
It's like the Roman Coliseum. That's why bad teams exist, so we can make fun of them.
Or it's like just hitting like the Ask Madden and just see what
Yeah,
happens.
we would have been better off.
Whatever
Well, that's what
happens.
happens. I think I've told you guys this before, but like a lot of times our best plays
Yeah.
were like me and Corey Bradford, who could only run in a straight line. So when we get down in the red zone, I'm like, look, they're not gonna block for me. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna drop back, and whoever gets beat the quickest, that's where I'm gonna escape. And then I'm gonna hit a right. I'm gonna come to you, and then when I get to you, just make a move right at the top of your right, and the DB is gonna be confused because he's like trying to plaster, and I'm just gonna throw it to the side that I think you're going to make the move to. We would practice it like in practice after practice because that was against what the X's and O's were. And then we got away with it, dude. Like Corey Bradford. Google how many. Never mind. Don't even Google it. But you could Google how many touchdowns Corey Bradford.
Don't
We're not allowed
Google.
to Google stuff no more.
No,
man.
don't
He's
Google.
also not
yeah.
Googling. He's binging. So
Oh,
it's
okay,
even more
Bing.
complicated.
Okay, sorry.
Don't Google any Texan stats.
Looking
We
for
don't want those,
pictures?
bro.
Are you looking for high resolution pictures? Okay. Anyway, that's how you survive.
What makes me feel better though is like it would hurt my heart if like as soon as you left they like won the Super Bowl, but it makes you feel better that to this day they're still the worst team in the
They
NFL.
still have like
they still just
they
don't
won't even play
understand.
their quarterback because they're just like, you know what, we just don't think it's best that we play any of our
Or
players.
then they go too
Right.
far, like we need an O-line, let's trade everything for this one left tackle.
And
you
then
know?
at the same time we're trading for that left tackle, let's get another one out of here. Let's ship him to Seattle.
Yeah, let's just
And you're like,
cure
what?
everybody. And then, I think the thing we talked about earlier is like we found out that Deshaun Watson isn't on the commissioner's exempt list.
Yes,
So
I
he's
thought he
just-
was. Remember I told you, I was
so
like,
he's just not playing.
they're just not playing him, and so the NFL
They
is
have
just
Sam
like,
Mills playing right now.
so the rest of the NFL is just like, thanks guys.
Yeah, it's
they're
like-
like, you know what, it's
Yeah.
the least we
Yeah.
can do.
Yeah, just keep him healthy and then send him
Yeah,
away
it's
in
fine.
a couple weeks.
Someone's gonna trade for him later, and he'll play for them. But it's just so weird to me.
It doesn't make
I thought
sense.
that he was on the commissioner's exempt list. Do you think that I would know that as an NFL
That's
employee?
what I thought too. I was like, there has to be a reason he's not playing.
They're just not playing him. They don't even let him practice.
like even all like the sketchy stuff aside, like okay, then put him on the list or like then why is he
do
not playing?
something.
Yeah,
Like
do
make
something.
a move.
But
Yeah, he's just been basically in waiting for
Yeah.
like the past
he's in-
year where it's like, what's going to happen
he's in
to
NFL
him?
purgatory,
What's he
just
doing out
chilling.
there?
Like, and I really don't know enough. Like, is he waiting for like a trial? Is he waiting to be charged with
that's what I
something?
thought.
Like,
but even before this stuff, he demanded a trade. So I just
Yeah.
think he just doesn't want to play.
man, that's so strange to me.
And they say he's out for like just like non-injury reasons, and he doesn't
It's,
even go
it's
to.
one of the weirdest things ever because no one
Yeah.
even talks about it. Because what are you going to talk about? Like, he's just not practicing. Like, are there no
Yeah.
reporters in Houston that can just be like, hey, we're going to figure
Yeah,
out
and
what's
are you-
happening?
Is he not
here?
getting fined for not going to these games?
Yeah.
Like
And
I think I saw something that they're holding money from him. Like
Yeah, who knows,
holding something
man.
like $3 million because he's not at the practice or anything.
well, maybe just to be act
Maybe-
appropriate.
Yeah, maybe just
do
be
that.
a good human.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's just start with that, and then we'll see what happens. And then
Especially
maybe,
if you're his. Never mind. We're good.
If you what?
I was gonna say, if you're his agent and you see all these massage like transactions on his thing, bro.
well,
so
first of all, your
stop-
agent
stop
doesn't
adding up.
see your credit card,
Okay.
right? Like a business manager could if you wanted to.
God
see.
bless them, but H would be,
Yeah, like
H would be
my
terrified.
man
bro.
would be like, "Hey, look, here's what we're not going to do anymore, Dave. All right, I got like one suggestion, one
H would
life
be having
suggestion.
a heart attack, bro.
You need to chill in all these places."
Yeah, well, some of those agents, like there's some players I look at, I'm like, their agent better be making the bag off of them. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for how much work they have to do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's out of
Oh,
control.
like Aaron Rodgers' agent needs. I hope he's making the Duffy.
Well,
right
I
now.
mean, you don't even really know the extent of it either. You just
Yeah.
hear like the stuff that's in the reports. But like if you're in the locker room, you're like these agents.
I mean,
get paid
do
a
you
lot
even
more.
need an agent anymore? Richard Sherman got himself signed. He's
Well,
been
he
his
also
agent.
went to Stanford. So
That's true. That's.
I mean, if I there's some guys that like I just think it'd be too difficult. There's just things that you just don't know. And like I've told
Yeah.
you guys like before. I mean, like we talk about different financial stuff, or like if it comes down to something that I don't really know about, I'm gonna hire someone that knows
that
it.
knows what they're
Yeah,
talking
it's
about.
just smart. You know, a
Just-
smart business
yeah,
decision.
yeah.
So especially when you're talking about the types of money like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Like I get why he wants to do his own contract, you know, but I think the money that he's gonna maybe save that he would pay an agent, he's gonna lose that by not really knowing the ins and outs of how contracts
Yeah.
are put together. You know, so it's like, all right, I get why you don't want to do it. It makes sense, but
And I feel like at some point you're just like, I just want to place like someone else like handle this for me, like
Yeah.
do what's best for me, right? Like keep me in the loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Or
mean,
just like let me
especially-
focus on football. Because it's so
Everybody's
hard.
different, but if you go into football like with the intention of you just want to play football, then a lot of these guys probably don't want to have to worry about like reading all
He's
these
about to
contracts
come
and
for your
figuring that
head
out.
right now.
What?
what do you got,
As
Ty?
soon as
I
you
was
started
just
speaking,
that's
he
just
unmuted his
like
mic.
a TJ Watt situation. Remember with his that little like thing where he was working out and like his agent said they can get way more money, but he went up to the room and just signed the contract and said, "I got football."
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I
Okay.
think sometimes you just get tired of it. I guess you just want to start playing. You just want to do what you got drafted for or what you've worked your whole life for.
Yeah, I get that, and it's hard to do if you're negotiating your own contract too. You know?
Especially like for you, I bet like going from freaking Bakersfield to Fresno to Houston, I bet you were just ready to start, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why the other reason why agents have to protect you, because I just wanted to play football.
Yeah.
I didn't care
Yeah.
about any of this stuff. You could have gave me half the money, and I
Yeah.
would have been like, okay, that's just what I get. You know, like I
Yeah.
didn't know. I would have to do a whole bunch of research on it, try to figure it out. That's what agents are for. They got to do their job.
I've also always told this man I wish I was somehow 18 when he was going into the league or something, so I could have like Cooper Manning you, bro. And
I
been
love
like,
how
you're not going to the Texans. We're just gonna relax. We're gonna sit.
I love
will
how
not go the first 10 picks.
my favorite part about that is that you believe that you could have affected it
That he
I
just
could've
pulls
done
that
something
much
at
weight.
18. Yeah,
That you could
Well, I
be
could've been
like
something
up on
because-
stage at the draft.
yeah.
And be like,
You
you
realize
don't look good in that hat.
You realize it was Archie Manning, right?
It's
The guy had
Archie, my
played
bad.
in the
Yeah, yeah,
NFL before.
They're gonna come out and be like-
was a quarterback in the NFL.
They
It
would
was
come
his
out-
father.
They come out,
not.
David, they go, David Carr, and I come out and go, nope.
Is that going?
No,
No,
we're good.
He's
Please
gonna
don't.
he's gonna play baseball,
He tore his ACL.
right, Dad?
He just slipped in the
No,
bathroom.
it's out.
We've
Yeah,
got some other options we're thinking about.
Yeah.
It's very loose.
That just reminded me that nice, I just forgot his name. Kyler Murray, who did insane today, right?
Yeah.
He was about to play for the A's, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, he got drafted.
yeah, smart.
I mean,
Keep your options open, man. You never know what's gonna happen. What if he got to Arizona and Kingsbury was just terrible?
yeah.
You know, and he was like, "This is dumb." If I would have had that out,
Yeah.
you might have been living in LA playing for the Dodgers there.
Oh,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like, instead of, if I sat through 76 sacks and I was
Yeah.
all, I could go play shortstop.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
probably what I'm gonna
Like,
do.
I probably
you
wouldn't
know?
get. I
Yeah,
wouldn't get
so
hit quite as much.
I
on
think
the
that option
baseball
that he
field.
left open was pretty smart by him. But Cliff's doing great. They got the air raid going.
You don't say that
They're-
you told me today that you think that he has the offensive players and the scheme he wants now.
I think what happens in life in general, and especially in sport, is you're like the first thing that you see from a guy or a coach is something that sticks with you for a while. So
Yeah.
when Cliff first came in, it was like, this offense isn't going to work, and then it kind of did, but it was like their run game wasn't really strong, and that's what you kind of have to have for the air raid offense to
Yeah.
work. And then there's this narrative that college offenses can't work in the NFL. Well, all the schemes that guys are running now in the NFL to make the NFL what it is came from the college game.
Yeah.
That's what people forget. So like by Cliff bringing the RPOs and the inside zone runs, like there used to be a thing even when I was playing that, you can't run that play because defensive ends are too athletic, they'll kill your quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, they are athletic, right? But you can run those plays because they clearly work, and Arizona's running them and everybody's running them across the league. Baltimore makes a living running those plays, running college offenses. So I think the Cliff thing is interesting because now he has tight ends. He's got his pieces that he wants. He's got A.J. Green who's playing good, Hop, obviously. You got a litany of wide receivers and good fast backs. I mean, Edmonds is running like crazy. James Conner's a good free agent signing. So, and then obviously Kyler Murray changes the game, changes what he's been able to do. So you score a lot of points, then you get some pass rush on the other side. You go get JJ to pair him with Chandler, and now you got a pretty good. Peyton Manning did this for years. He got up on people, and then he rushed the passer. Right, Dwight Freeney, Mathis, those guys would just go get guys.
Yep.
And we would be down, when I'd go to Indy, we'd be down 14-0 in the first quarter, and it's over. Like, you have no chance because these guys are
They're
just
just
rushing.
coming at you the whole
They're
game.
rushing the passer on every play. So you're like, you can sneak a draw in there and get 10 or 12 yards. You can't do that every time.
But when you're down like that, you can't keep running the ball. You have to get
you have to throw
get down
it.
the field
You got to
quicker.
get chunk plays, and
And
they
it's
know
hard.
that, so they're just.
Yeah, they're just coming at you. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And that's what they did to Stafford today too. So that's what those things. What happens.
Why is it that so many play styles and different types of like offensive styles come from college? Is it just because there's more teams to kind of more
Man,
freedom
I'm
to
gonna
try
get
out
in
different
trouble right
stuff,
now.
or-
Ready? Here's why.
Yeah.
This is why. Are you ready? Because in the NFL, all right, I was told a long time ago, coaches just change shirts. Okay, so it's been the same guys for 50 years. You can look at some coaches have been coaching the NFL for 50 plus years.
Right.
50.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That's insane.
Like in
Yeah.
the 80s.
Yeah.
Think about the schemes that were going on in the 80s.
And think about how different the league is now.
Think about how different
Yeah.
everything is. You know, I mean, some high school offenses are more advanced than some NFL coaches that I could speak on.
Yeah.
So that's what happens is they get fired, they hire. They get fired, they hire. And they all keep each other's jobs, and they just hire each other, you know? And there's good coaches in the NFL that have done that. There's also some coaches that shouldn't be in the NFL that
Yeah.
are there because they just keep getting hired.
just getting moved around.
They just
to
keep
different
getting moved
cities.
around. You know, they get fired. Well, I'll hire you over here. I got a job with him. Now they just a big circle. So when they start getting this influx of like, I don't even know who really was the first guy, but like, if you just get a fresh face in there,
Yeah.
you know, think about a good young coach.
It helps the
if
team
he
a
has
lot.
some success, then other owners are like, well, maybe we should start hiring these other young guys that are kind of
Like Sean McVay and stuff.
innovative on the offensive side. Let's give them a shot. So boom, then he gets a job. Then he gets a job. Now that Sean McVay offense is kind of Kyle Shanahan's all over the place. I mean, it's
Yeah.
everywhere, right?
Well, we just saw that, right? The Sean McVay offense was going insane today.
Yeah, they're going everybody. I mean, well, that's just like all over the league that has been successful, but it has forward thinking concepts in it. So
Yeah.
I think that's that's one of the main reasons. So I think like Cliff, for him to start having success, I think that's great for the NFL, because then more guys are going to get, because there's great coaches in college, great coaches in high school that have really good thoughts or really good coaches, and they just need an opportunity, and sometimes they don't get it.
What about, have you seen that one, I think it's some Presbyterian college where the coach believes in like never punting.
Yes, I love it.
And you like always go for the 2-point conversion.
It's
or
my
whatever.
favorite thing
By the
ever.
numbers, yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite thing ever, and it makes a lot of sense. And I wish that more coaches were open to stuff like that, but it's the nature of coaches to get really tight in crunch time, and
also,
they don't want to go against what they've always done.
Also, to me though, I can see myself being a little bit of like like a hypocrite, right? I'm like when it works, I'm like, I knew we should have gone for a 4th down, but when it doesn't, like if the Raiders miss on 4th down, I'm like, why did we not just punt it?
It works out, you look like a genius, and it doesn't work out, then you're an idiot. Yeah. Why'd you go for that?
I'll tell you, just from from playing quarterback and then from like coaching just at the high school level, that you almost know if you're gonna get it or not. Like you can sense like, okay, things are going our way. Oh, whatever happened, it just kind of, we had some bad breaks on those first couple downs. We're going to get this first down. Like there's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Or we were lucky to get 9.5 yards.
Yeah.
Right. Or lucky to get 8 yards in 3 plays. We should punt it. And so everybody who says, oh yeah, I want to go for it. It's not really the case.
It's easier. You'd say it's for sure easier going for it on like 4th and goal than like 4th and like 9, right? For a first down.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that like the situations are pretty obvious when you should go for it, when you shouldn't. Like it. Especially like if you cross the
into
50
the red zone,
or if you cross the 40-yard line, like for me,
that's the point.
I'm going, dude. I'm not going to punt it into the end zone and gain a net 15 yards or 20 yards.
What was it?
It just doesn't make sense.
If you can't stop the offense you're playing against, you kick a field goal, they're going to drop double your points in the next time they get the ball.
Think about the teams that have played Kansas City, right? And you see all these teams are pushing the envelope and going for it and going for it. They know they got to score. Like 3 points isn't going to do nothing. Steve Young said one time, I remember I was talking to him, he's like, hey, Dave, you know what field goals in the first half do? And I'm like, I don't know. Get your points. He's like, no, they lose you games. You kick field goals in the first half, you're just asking them to lose. Right. So like that's so for me, like that's always kind of stuck with me, and I get it, because you think about it, like, is the game ever going to end 3-0? No, it's not. But what is a touchdown in that situation going to do for your momentum, for your team, for your defense to be able to pin its ears back and go? Like 2 drives down the field and that team gets 6 points, or 2 drives down the field and that team has 14 points.
But it's also hard. But then like you kick field goal and like, once it gets late in the game, you're like, I really wish we'd have gone for it, right? Like, this field goal means nothing right now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at all.
We're down, like, 6 points. Like, this field goal meant nothing to us
Didn't
right
mean
now.
anything.
Yeah.
Nope, exactly. So I'm with that. I would push the envelope aggressively, but you also have to be smart about it and really have a coach and a quarterback relationship where they can be like, I think we can get this, or we're struggling right now up front, or like it's going to be difficult, So that's what you got to be.
Also, real quick, talking about the Chiefs, okay? I'm going to talk to the fans right now. There is 3 of us that respond to you on TikTok. So if you get hate one time, love, and then like just like joking around talking about mad, that's 3 different people. It's not all of us attacking you. It's one specific man who's not here right now who's usually attacking y'all, okay? So just be a little gentle.
They're gonna narrow it down real quick.
It's like this. It's like they probably think we're bipolar, bro. But it's like someone comments something and then it's like, oh, you're so garbage, and the next one I'm like, yeah, dude, I love playing Madden. It's like so different. And I look, I'm like, dang.
They're like Harvester's bipolar.
Yeah, I'm like, dang, we really commented that, and I'm looking around, I'm like, which one of these idiots did it? And also,
you guys don't have a way to like communicate, like, should we comment this, or do you just send
these
it?
boys do not care what they comment.
You need to have a meeting for that.
Especially.
Stuff.
I think it's this man back here, bro. But you can like, you like stuff on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
And it goes in like a little liked folder.
Hey man, hang on a second.
Wait, what are you liking, Tyler?
I'm about to expose him, bro.
Okay, good.
There is some controversial liked videos in there.
Tyler.
We clicked it, and it was just a dog like humping, bro, out of nowhere, bro. And then he goes, bro, who did this, man? Out of nowhere.
You never know who it was, man.
Yeah, we know now.
We know, bro.
We found out who it is.
We know for sure. Also,
That's
another thing that's funny about TikTok, it happened every once in a while, right? Like, the one that hurts most since like 4 of us posting on it, right?
Yeah.
Somebody will drop an absolute banger, and then you immediately follow it, and you get like no likes. You're like, dang, bro, I'm the freaking bust right now.
So yeah, that would be frustrating. We're like, oh man, Noah's just so good at this stuff, and I suck at it.
Yeah, no, I get hyped. I'm like, no, it just dropped a banger. My turn. I'm like, oh, they go, wah, wah.
Yeah, but how much is that is like the luck of the timing of people like seeing it?
Oh,
and,
I
like,
don't.
based on the content.
It's probably a little bit of everything, but also like I had somebody like about the comment thing. Brandon posted a video flaming people in the comments, and then I posted one. Some dude came from that comment section and said, "I'm still on your head." I was like, "Come on, it's not me, bro. Leave me alone. Let me breathe, bro."
I love that. They don't know.
Brandon's getting his bullied sometimes.
That's
This
okay.
kid too. He's controversial also sometimes.
Only if they're asking for it. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Some of those Steelers fans get a little too.
Yeah, they get aggressive.
They do.
Well,
Too
have they
aggressive.
watched their football team?
Okay, listen, bro.
I'd be upset too
I'd
if
be
I was
upset.
The
them a little
thing
bit.
that frustrates me most about the Steelers fans, right? When last time you came on, like the Steelers one like blew up and stuff, right?
Yeah.
We were like loving on the Steelers, and we were like praising them and
Yeah,
saying
we
Big
didn't
Ben's
say
so
anything negative
good.
about the
And they
Steelers.
came in like, "What do you say about Big Ben?" I'm like, "We just spent like
They don't even watch the
I'm like,
videos.
no,
so
they just
just
see like the name
they
of
just
the
see
video and
Ben.
they're like, "What would you know about the Steelers?"
He goes, "Big Ben." They go,
little fist balls.
There might
up.
just be like so used to people criticizing them that they just
Yeah.
like don't know how to accept praise or
Yeah,
like
right.
call
It's
it-
like, it's okay.
They just
It's fine.
assume that it's like
I
We want the Steelers to be really
Yes, I'm
good.
like,
dude. We beat them.
Bro, I'm an
Go
I'm an
Steelers.
Eli Manning fan. I love Phillip Rivers and Big Ben, bro. Let me
Yes,
just
exactly.
relax.
It's fine.
Ty, it's like we always talk about how there's those fans that come out of nowhere, they're like 6 years old and go, "I love Pat Mahomes," like that time.
They just watch the highlights in the Instagram, bro. That's all they watch.
Yeah,
bro.
they don't ever see the real stuff.
how are you gonna roast 6-year-olds right
My
now,
bad, bro.
bro?
My bad.
There's no 6-year-olds listening to this. They're watching. Teletubbies.
Teletubby. Shut up! Yo, maybe I am his
How many
son.
shows are there out there in the world? And you said Teletubbies.
Maybe I am his son, bro.
I can't remember. Did you watch Teletubbies?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's why you said
the
it.
creepiest show ever. The creepiest
can't
show of
believe
all
we both
time.
said
Have you seen
Teletubbies,
the
that's
like
funny.
the set photos of Teletubbies?
Oh, yeah.
It's terrifying because you'd think they're like little puppets, but
Yeah.
those are
No, bro, they're
full size
full-grown
people.
people,
Those
bro.
are
Oh, no
people
way. I
in
thought they were always like
costumes.
little puppets, really?
No, they're
Yeah.
full-grown people, bro.
That's funny.
What else? We're talking about kid shows now. I got hype, but Blue's Clues is also the goat
Blue's
too.
Clues
Blue's
is
Clues is
good.
my favorite.
But now if you say Blues anything, it's Bluey for Piper.
Yeah, Bluey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
but
Bluey.
you love that Blues. You can't flame it. You love that show.
Bluey?
Yeah.
I love Bluey. Are you kidding me?
He
Bandit's
loves this
the
freaking-
greatest
it's
dad on
hilarious.
television.
His animated dog show, bro.
If
He
you haven't
loves it
seen
so much.
Bluey, sit down and watch literally every episode.
Basically, what he's saying is, all you go have a kid real quick and then watch.
Don't even have a
Bluey.
kid. Just go watch the show. Go click on Disney Plus. I think it's Disney Plus.
yeah.
Yeah. And then Bluey.
Just watch an
And
episode.
then just watch Daddy Robot.
Is that, you know the episode?
Dude, just watch
I
Daddy
feel like I'm
Robot.
listening to an entire like foreign language right
Just
now.
watch
He
it.
knows
I'm
the
just saying.
episode of what to watch,
That
dude.
dad is such a savage. It's
Also, what is
great.
that? He hasn't brought out one stat. He's just vibing.
You don't have no stats.
No, I love the Bluey show because it's Australian. That's what makes it all.
Oh yeah, the accents
yeah.
are good
The
too.
best, really.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, it was like Peppa Pig like terrified me when Gracie's watching.
Well,
Peppa Pig like
I-
scares me a little bit.
Secretly, I wanted Piper to have an Australian accent. That's why I started watching Bluey a lot. And I almost had it, and then she kind of like went on to other shows, and I was like, dang it, I almost had it, dude. You know who's gonna have an Australian accent soon? Zach Wilson.
You just had one. I don't know.
Yeah,
I know.
there's-
I started to do
just-
Zach Wilson
Why is Zach Wilson gonna have an Australian?
because he's getting wrecked.
Oh.
But dude,
the worst
I don't know
transition
why
of
I
all
didn't know
time.
where
no,
that
it's
was
not.
going.
But I just started thinking about that because you mentioned Zach Wilson earlier,
Yeah.
and I was like, because he was getting his head knocked in. But now, like, I want to.
Yeah.
That man, I feel like I have to defend him a little
Yeah.
bit, which is why I wanted to talk about it. Because for the last couple weeks, everyone was like, "Oh, he's trash."
Yeah,
He's not though.
probably us.
His. You said he was trash.
I don't know,
He has a
maybe.
rookie
Well,
offensive
also, look
coordinator.
at the Jets last year. It's
Oh.
not like
Yeah.
he came into
Yeah.
a
Okay,
great
so
situation.
we were wondering on the show last week. We were really thinking like, is he trash?
No, he's not. Like he has a rookie offensive coordinator,
Yeah.
and now he has some rookie growing pains too. He asked, okay, the story I just told you about Dion Sanders, the little bootleg play. Guess who ran that same play today on
Jets?
on 3rd and a foot? The
Oh,
Jets.
you did say you hated that
Yes,
play.
and
Yeah.
there's no pass option. The one that I ran against Dion, there was nowhere for me to throw the ball. It was just a bootleg. So like he did that. They lost like 7 yards on the play on
Yeah.
3rd and 1.
He was like I got it right here. He was slinging. He had 297 yards,
Dude, he
2
threw some-
touchdowns, and he had 97.3.
He threw
quarterback
some
rating.
dimes. Like I do that little David's dimes because we can't think
Yeah.
of a better name for it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but we'll figure it out eventually on the network, like on Mondays. And he was in 5 of them.
Yeah, he's.
I almost put him on every
slinging
one
it.
of them. So, but he's playing fine. So he's going to be all right. They just got to figure it out offensively. They just have to work through the kinks, but he's going to be good.
It's just rookie tendencies sometimes, bro.
They're
You know what I'm
rookie
saying?
tendencies.
You just got to grow.
He's got more interceptions than anyone in the league. I'm fine with it. Just keep ripping it.
We eat those.
You find out what you.
No, we eat those legit.
You got to become numb to the pitch.
As Saul says, you have to be numb to the interceptions
and
when
you'll
you
be
play
fine.
Madden.
And then you'll be better.
Can't throw touchdowns without throwing a couple picks.
That's
along
right.
The way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
balls in the air, right?
Balls
Someone's
in
gonna
the air.
catch
Someone's catching
it.
it. Yep.
It's gonna
Hey,
be someone
blame
in
the wide
hands.
receiver. Ball's up there, man. Go get it. What are we talking about?
Throw it, bro.
You know who can't blame the wide receivers though right
Who?
now? Or sadly, our boy Jimmy G, which also was controversial because I was sitting here like we were talking about Jimmy G, like how he's having a rough season.
Yeah.
And then I turn on Info Network and I see you putting your freaking player of the week as Jimmy G. I was like, what's going on?
I didn't put him as
man?
my player of the week.
Yes, you did, bro. You put like
No,
you put-
it would have been like maybe one segment where he had a good game.
Yeah,
or
you're
something.
like Jimmy G's doing great. I was like,
He was doing fine.
you're like he's better for the Niners now. I was like,
Oh, I remember what segment you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Remember
What I
talking
was
about?
saying is like, so Trey Lance came in and they like simplified the playbook for him so he could learn it faster,
Yeah.
like verbiage.
Mhm.
Okay, so he does that, and then Jimmy says that helped him because it always is. Anytime and,
Yeah.
John Gruden did the same thing with Derek.
Yeah.
They had so much verbiage. You remember the old clips of like
Yeah.
Gruden like spitting out these things, and Chris Sims can't even get it out of his head,
Yeah,
and he's like, "Call the play, Chris!" Right,
Yeah.
and like. At some point, you got to be like, let's streamline this a little bit. So
Yeah.
he did, to Gruden's credit, he streamlined
like,
it.
simplify it?
Yeah, no, he doesn't simplify it. He just cut down the words.
Okay.
It used to be in that type of offense, you would tell everybody what their job was. Literally the back,
Yeah.
everyone what to run. And like it's a lot on the quarterback, very little on the receivers and everyone
Yeah.
else. So now they took that and they put some onus on the other guys to learn, right? So now it's like a 2-play or not even 2 words, but like it's a lot shorter.
could you give us like? Do you think you remember example of like a play call that was like in like 2002 for Houston, and then one that's like now, like a shorter version?
Yeah,
now?
so like, so for example, you could have a play where it was like, well, I'll break it down. I won't tell you exactly what
Yeah.
it is, but you in the old school West Coast terminology, which
Yeah.
is what I wasn't even in,
Uh-huh.
right? Only for a little while with Gary Kubiak, who actually is the same as a lot of these guys,
Yeah.
right? Shanahan and all these guys. So it would be like you'd go trips right, 3 jet, X shallow cross, Z post, A swing. So I
Yeah.
basically told almost everyone what
Yeah,
to
what
do.
they're doing, yeah.
But if you get into the terminologies that they're trying to like
today.
simplify, it would be like trips right, 3 jet, and then they'll give it a name. They'll just literally say X shallow. And now instead of saying X
It's just
shallow,
everyone
Z
just
post,
knows.
A swing,
Yeah.
the Z has to know on X shallow I have a post, and the A
Yeah.
has to know on X shallow I have a swing.
That's so much
right?
easier and similar for the quarterback.
And
to
it's
read
faster
out.
to get it out. So anyway, so I say that to say Jimmy, that helped Jimmy, right? So he can play faster and get up. The other thing that helped Jimmy, I think, and when you watch him, is he was terrible at getting through progressions. That
Yeah.
offensive system was not really worried about what you're doing on
Uh-huh.
defense. It was just about putting guys in position, and you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 progression as a quarterback. But Jimmy couldn't go past 2. He
Yeah.
would be like 1, 2, throw it, right?
Yeah.
Or sack, right?
Yeah.
And then he would forget the rest of it. And then this year I watch him and he's like 1, 2, 3, back to 2, boom, ball's
Yeah.
out. So he's done so much better there.
He's improved in that.
That
way,
was
yeah.
the segment that I was talking about.
Yeah.
That's what he's done a lot
Better,
better
yeah.
than he has in the past. So
Just getting through his progression.
just getting through his progressions. That's it. It's
Yeah.
a really simple thing, but you know that's what
I think
it is.
I've always wondered, like, especially since we're talking about the play calls right now, like in like 2-minute drills or like in hurry up. Like, how's that work? Do you have set plays? Like, if we hurry up, this play is gonna be called. Like,
Yeah.
how do you spit all that out? Like when you're running to the ball.
So there's a difference between hurry up and 2-minute.
Yeah.
So if you're hurrying up and you're on the ball, you have more of the
Yeah.
offense available. And so what a lot of times is, so like that trips right, 3 jet, X shallow cross, Z
Yeah.
post, A swing play, in 2-minute, it will be
Yeah.
play 4.
okay.
Trips right, I'll be right, 4, right?
Okay.
And everyone knows it's
What
3
play
jet,
4 is,
X shallow cross, right? Or you say how you have 10 plays in 2-minute that you do that with, and you just yell a number. You just get up to the line and be like
Yeah.
7, and you do it so much in practice, everyone knows what play 7 is, right? And if you want to change an individual guy in play 7, you can give him a hand signal. You
Yeah.
can tap your helmet, you can tap your butt, do a comeback, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
If you're in hurry up, it's more of like I'm on the line just to get the defense to play a base defense. I'm going to see what they're doing.
Yeah.
What coverage they're going to line up in. I might go up to the line and be like, all right, trips right. And I'll go up and we'll say black. If you say black in a lot of cadences, that's a fake cadence. There's no play. So I'll be like,
Yeah.
black 80, hot. And then I'll see if anybody gives me a tip.
Yeah.
They're in cover 2. All right, I'm going to run. I'm like 16 punch. And I won't even say 16 punch because a lot of
Yeah.
defenses will know 16 odd to the right or even to the right or left. I'll
Yeah.
say East Tyson. Right, 16 punch, east, right, punch, Tyson.
Yeah.
So you have code words for everything. So then now I go up to
Right.
the thing, and then I can run my play. I get to hurry up again. We get to the
Yeah.
line, do the same thing over and over. So there's a difference between hurry up and 2-minute. 2 minutes a lot faster. You're just spitting out the same 10 plays. If you huddle, you can change a full call.
I do
but-
like these like funny like play calls. Like we've heard a lot of these times, like Derek saying like John Gruden's wife name and stuff. And
Yeah.
I've also seen like some of them
James
like
Harden was one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've also seen that some of them are like pretty like simple. But sometimes I'm like, how's the defense not know? Like the Cowboys called, I think it was something just paint, and it was a draw, like just down the middle.
Oh yeah. Who was
Yeah.
it?
Bob Ross.
Yeah,
something
Bob
like that?
Ross.
Yeah, you can
because he
use
likes
Bob
to
Ross.
draw.
Yeah, he likes to
so
draw.
it's
That's
draw.
what our
For a
not to
touchdown.
tell any secrets, but
Yeah.
at Bakersfield Christian High School, Bob Ross is our draw.
Yeah.
Right. So there are simple ones like that where if
Yeah.
defenses can really think about it, the problem is defenses guys they're stupid.
Yeah.
Defensive players for the most part they don't care. I have a gap, right? They're
Yeah.
crazy athletes, but rarely do you get one that listens. Now the guys that do listen are the middle linebackers. If you
Yeah.
get a good middle linebacker that's reading your
Like a
mail,
Bobby
that's
Wagner and stuff.
that's locked in on what
Yeah.
you're doing and listens to the sound of the games.
Like a Luke Kuechly.
Yeah, they'll listen. Like
Yeah.
that's why Luke knows his place. He listens to the TV version,
Yeah.
right? And he listens to your audio, and he knows all your audibles. So as soon as
Yeah.
you audible one, he's like, "Swing right here."
He's got
And when you
play
watch
right.
it back, it looks like he just like knows every play. Or
Yeah.
like he just
Yeah.
knows the future of
Now-
who's gonna be where.
Yeah, and so like a lot of it is that, but then a lot of it is formations too.
Yeah.
Because we're all creatures of habit. You line up in a formation on the 10-yard line every time throughout the whole year, and then as the year gets on, defensive guys have more stuff to pull from. So like every time they're on the 10-yard line on 1st and 10 in this formation, this is the play they ran, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, well,
why you
that's where
watch
I'm
tape.
going. That's why you
Like,
watch tape.
Listen,
Exactly.
I've been this height since I was in kindergarten, right? So that's why I thought I was about to be lit, right? As I'm going to the crib for sure. So when we played in New Jersey, played football, right? I thought it was Luke Kuechly this one play because I tried to call it out, and I said, I think it was the same game when I got that sack that you were lit. And Mom,
greatest
Bro,
greatest
I already
offensive,
know this.
greatest
Yeah,
play I've
but
ever seen.
I
in my
thought
life.
I was the greatest. I thought I was Luke Kuechly for sure, bro. Because they hiked it, and I saw something, bro. And I swear, I said, "Okay, screen right," and I yelled it, and we all took off. That thing was a I said, "Pitch right." We all took off.
it
was
not?
a screen to the left to the grid, bro.
I was gonna say, was it not screened to the right?
And then my New Jersey like freaking Sopranos coach came up to me and was like, "What'd you see, man?" I thought something was there.
What'd you see, man?
They got me good, dude.
Yeah,
They got
it
me.
happens, dude. Just say when you say it, you just gotta say it with 100%.
No, I said
Commit to
it.
something.
Yeah,
I
commit.
said it, and with all my heart, I believed it too.
So our coach
I
used
was
to
going.
tell us it doesn't matter if you guys are wrong, just all be wrong at the same time.
I thought you were gonna be like Troy Polamalu timing
yeah.
the sack.
I busted through, and I said, "Yep," and I look, I'm like, "There's nobody
There's
here,
no one
bro."
there. Yeah, exactly. That
There's legit
happens.
nobody in the
so
area.
Our coaches used to tell us is like, if you're gonna be wrong, just be wrong altogether.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna make the wrong audible, just make sure.
Oh,
everyone
we
runs
were
the
wrong
same
as a
play.
team, but it was my fault for
That's
sure.
okay. Now, on defense, it doesn't work as much.
Yeah.
Like on offense, if we're all wrong, we're on the wrong play, it's
Yeah.
fine. But if you guys run the wrong side and think it's a screen to the left and it's a screen to the right,
Bro,
you
those
guys are
New
screwed.
Jersey coaches did not play. They had us watching like film and like the.
Oh yeah, I remember that. They
like,
take you up in that
seventh
little
grade.
room up top.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
remember
these
that?
guys
Todd,
after
do you remember
3
that?
hours watching film on literally, they're literally running
Yeah, we're watching.
power eye,
Yeah, that's it.
literally halfback dive.
Cigarettes,
40
cigars.
times.
And then we're
in a
running the
row.
most
Get out.
basic, just like like cover two. That's it. That's
Yeah,
all we're running
every
the whole
snap, and they run dive or pop pass.
time. Yeah.
Pop pass, right? I'm like,
Legit.
that's the only plays they have. Why are we up here?
Hey, but we were at lit.
Never forget the blitz though. We was.
Oh,
blitzing.
yeah.
We were coming.
If I heard Rambo, that's when I was coming,
Hey, Ty,
bro.
remember when you scored a touchdown in Giant Stadium, and on that day you were the only player to score a touchdown, and there was an actual
Can we
NFL
just talk
game.
About my Hall of Fame career for a minute.
You could, if you guys want to, you can. It's on YouTube.
I think it's on YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, you can look it
You
up.
can YouTube Tyler Carr scores a touchdown in Giant Stadium.
Yeah.
And if you glance,
Fort Lee, Fort Lee.
yeah, Fort Lee Junior Bridgman,
Fort Lee,
yeah.
Yeah, halftime.
And if you glance to the right of that same game, when I was on the other half,
Yep.
I got ran over, and I told him good hit when I got back up.
What were your options? That's the only thing you can
Yeah,
say.
bro.
Yeah.
Game recognized game.
I've been hit so even in high school, I've been hit so hard, but my plan just get up and pretend like it doesn't hurt, bro.
Yeah,
Like, that's
you
the
got to
move.
bounce up.
Like
Yeah.
when that dude from Ridgeview, in my head, I'm like, I'm wide open right now, and that I just saw purple. This going to the
I
hizzy.
just saw purple. It happens, man.
Yeah.
Hawaii hits hard too. That's Fresno.
Dang, yeah. You would. I was going to ask you.
I
what
warned
site
him,
you
man.
would
I tried to
impress.
write an article. I tried
Don't
to
say
tell
you
him.
warned him, bro.
I warned him. I wrote an article in the GV
Yeah.
Wire, and I was like, listen, it's different on the rock. You got to be
Oh,
careful.
yeah.
As soon as you get off the bus, right, everybody on that rock wants you to lose.
That's
the
like-
bus driver,
Right.
Oh,
we're going to the game, and the bus driver, they faked a flat tire.
don't say that.
We didn't have a flat tire. I never seen Pat Hill so mad, my head coach. And then so we start going after the fake flat tire because Pat finally got out and was like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "There's no flat tire," so he starts losing it on these guys. So we start going, and then this dude takes the long way. We go around the entire island,
Oh,
and then we finally get there an hour before the game.
just so you're like jet
Yeah,
lag.
yeah,
and
we
tired
got
and-
beat,
yeah.
of course.
Oh, yep,
Yeah.
makes sense.
So anyway,
Dude, yeah.
happens. It's hard to play over there.
I feel that's the dream season gone, bro. I was ready for this season.
I'm tearing up right now thinking about it. It was
I
a
feel-
rough time.
I
man.
feel bad for Hayner though, dude.
Yeah,
I
he
feel
played
bad.
tough, man. He got hurt his ankle, still went out there and tried to battle, but
Hey, it feels like he gets injured like every game. Like he's just getting hit.
yeah.
out there.
That's the only thing I get nervous about with Jake. He's not a big guy,
Yeah.
right? So you just got to be careful. And he plays aggressive. He's not trying to get the ball out of his hand quick.
Yeah, well,
he's trying to make
yeah.
big throws, and he's got a big arm, and he can make those plays. But I just get
Well,
nervous.
Ronnie Rivers, he's small. He's like Tariq Cohen
Yeah.
size. It's hard for all those boys.
Yeah.
But I do think Fresno's getting better, like getting people from the valley and stuff. I think they're doing a
Oh
lot
yeah,
better.
Kalen's doing a great job. Kalen's a great coach. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm
think they're
excited
doing
to
really
watch what they do for the next couple of years, and they're only going to get better players. They had a great recruiting class this year, so I think they'll be fine.
Yeah. You know, this week in fantasy football, I needed a better backup quarterback, so I picked up Taylor Heineke off the waiver wires.
Brilliant.
Everybody shamed me. I
Oh.
was like, "What are you doing? What are
Yeah.
you cooking up over there?"
Listen,
Picking him up.
he's
I gave
worse.
in to the peer pressure.
No.
Cut it, bro.
What?
I
Cut the man.
I cut him.
Noah.
Put him back on the waivers. Picked up
Oh, you did.
Jared Goff, I think, and then the man dropped 28 points today, something like that.
I'm about to say.
Oh, we got that. We got that. Yeah, you look like he was about to pass out.
Bro, sounds like Donald the Duck, man.
No, dude, you okay? Whatever this camera is at, you need to slow motion that because he looked like he was going into another dimension.
He said, wait a minute.
You look like he was about to pass
But
out.
He was about to drop some heat too.
Do that face again.
But what's crazy is one of my eyes were open through the whole time.
He's gonna smack his head on
I
the
told
wall
him-
and get a concussion.
No, I told him the other day that's my favorite thing that he does in life is the sneeze.
I
He
just-
sounds like a duck.
Even if we're like in an Xbox party, he'll sneeze. like,
I get blamed for
a
it.
duck
No,
joined the party.
yeah.
What's going on here?
It's your big old lips just.
Don't. This man can't act like.
No, it's like if you're like skydiving and your face, like everything's
Yeah,
pushing
yeah,
back.
that's what
his
it is.
entire-
Don't. This man can't act like me, him, Saul, and Armand didn't say goodnight last night, and then we tucked ourselves into bed and we're on Discord just talking to each other until like 3 a.m.
I
bro.
love it. I love it. Well, that's awesome, but not as awesome as you getting talked out of starting Taylor Heineke. That's terrible. That man, I like Taylor.
No,
Bro, I like Taylor.
I felt in my gut he was gonna be good this week, but I don't know what
Oh, he
happened.
was gonna be
I couldn't take all
No,
the
he
all
was-
the
you were right.
all the
he was
heat I
gonna
was
be
getting in
good,
the
man.
group chats. I couldn't handle it.
I have a question though. So all these guys that you're
Do
in
you
the
know who
group
he
chat
dropped
with.
for him?
Wait, just my only question. The guys that you're in the group chat with, are they your competitors in the league?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
us.
Got
I
it.
mean, they were playing chess.
Got
I'm
it.
pretty
Yes.
sure he.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
pretty sure
I was
he.
playing
You're
checkers.
playing
He
checkers.
dropped Big Ben. So why did he even have Big Ben on the roster?
Oh, that's just to mess with your mind.
Well, yeah.
That's crazy.
This man drops Taylor Heineke and he drops 290 yards, right? 3 touchdowns, and his QBR is 127.
Oh yeah, and I had Terry McLaurin, and he went off too.
No, he had.
was
he
like
had 6
30
receptions
points.
for 123.
Dude, I was like Taylor's a man. Taylor's a what they call a gamer. The guy
Yeah.
is like doesn't have the most athletic ability, but he competes his butt off, and he throws it early
Yeah.
with anticipation. You can't coach that stuff. I like him a lot.
I think the thing about that game is like the Falcons need to stop trying to like hide Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, it's
we
just
all
let
know
him
he's
loose,
there.
man.
He's even trying to be sneaky and
Yeah.
like hide him. Like dude,
Yeah, down by the goal line, we saw it.
Yeah,
And
I'm
he's
like,
trying to
what are
like
you
squat
doing?
down. I'm like, you're 6'8".
Yes, I'm like, we know you're there, bro.
You're the first round pick.
Legit, I want him to line up a wide receiver and just go nuts.
Wait,
bro.
he needs
Yeah.
to play more like Darren Waller style.
Yes.
Yeah,
right.
that's
They
what he
just-
needs.
Yes. So my boy is their offensive coordinator, Dave
Yeah.
Ragone. I love Dave, and I did not convince him to draft Kyle Pitts, but I wanted him to draft Kyle Pitts
Yeah.
for that reason. Like I go, dude, how easy would it be to run an offensive system with Darren Waller or George Kittle or Travis Kelce?
Yeah.
And he's like, it's a good point. I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
So you got one of those guys. Let's let him loose, man. They use him on every target, and if he's covered, throw it to someone else.
He could be even more versatile than some of those guys.
I agree.
Like
Yeah.
he could be
Yeah.
insane.
He's still learning his way too. Like I
he
get it.
was-
Like, when you watch him run routes,
Yeah.
he's still he's still a little quick in his head. And he's not being as crafty as he could be.
He was balling out with one of the, it's controversial, one of the worst college quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life. I don't know why
Florida.
I don't like Kyle Trask at all.
Well, I mean, there's a lot to probably not like about Kyle Trask if you
And
watch him.
even more that makes me not like him is that he's Tom Brady's backup now. Like that makes me.
Oh,
even
is that
more-
where he is?
Yeah,
I should probably know that, but
Nice, yeah. The NFL
I didn't know. So he's in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
that'll be good. That'll be good for him though. Kyle needs
He
that.
only knows that because that's who you start off with in Madden, right?
Yeah,
That's
makes
the
sense.
starting
Kyle's
quarterback
got
in,
he's got ability.
He's got ability.
Yeah.
I just think like I think it just was stressing me out how like insane people were saying like he was gonna go like top 15. It was stressing me out.
It's just off of his athletic ability and clips.
Yeah.
Like Tyler said, when 6-year-olds watch Kyle Trask clips,
Yeah.
right, he looks really good. But if you got to watch the whole game.
Well, it's like him. He hates, or he doesn't. I won't say hate, but he doesn't like Spencer Rattler. And
Well, there's personality reasons for that, probably.
Yeah. It was all personality. Like,
Yeah, with those clips you showed me from the QB1 show, like I instantly was like, he's off my board.
yeah.
dude, I was saying this before he even went to Oklahoma.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So I was saying that, and then recently after he started like not playing as well, those videos got released.
Yeah.
To the public, like they put them on big Instagram accounts.
Oh,
big Twitter,
I see.
And now everyone sees that. And
Yeah.
they're like, oh my god.
Well, that's why they were cheering for his backup the other day in the game.
Yeah, I would much rather have a Sam Howell and stuff than.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. But that's why not everyone can play quarterback. So.
Well, and I think like every NFL position, but especially quarterback, there's like it's sort of twofold of like the athletic ability, but then also just like pure knowledge of the game, game intelligence, being able to orchestrate.
Yeah,
something.
you have to figure that part of it out.
And that's not something that you're really just born with, like athleticism.
No, that's like saying you're born with the ability to fly a jet.
No, if
like you look at Tom Brady, you're not like this guy's an insane athlete.
No,
he
right.
just knows
like
the
his,
game really well.
His like pro day pictures, like that man. Or those pictures.
When you
do
look
not
at it, it's like
someone
this man
dominant.
has 7
That's what I
rings.
think most people need to understand is like these guys can look insane and have great clips and make some highlight reel plays, but you have to at least get towards the model that Tom is from a game management standpoint. Then all that other extra stuff is great to have. But if you can manage the game and understand what's happening and situationally and throughout the chaos and being able to make proper decisions, that's where you need to get to. And the athletic stuff and the big arm, that's all like icing on the cake.
Let's put the off the field like stuff aside for these guys I'm about to mention, right? Okay.
Okay, so you're going to talk about Deshaun Watson.
No. Who is the better like late round pick in your opinion? Antonio Brown or Tom Brady? Who is the better late round draft pick?
Well, I mean,
it's easy to say Tom Brady, right? Because he's a quarterback.
obviously, there are undersized players. There's guys like Antonio Brown that don't have like this huge, just like catalog of a ton of plays or being like a 5-star recruit.
Yeah.
Some guys are late bloomers. Like I've played with guys before that weren't even college football players until they went to college. Like they didn't play in high school.
Yeah.
They just got there and were basketball players and they tried. And is it Antonio Gates, tight end for the Chargers?
Yeah, he was undrafted, right?
Yeah, exactly. So he turned out to be
All
a
these
Hall
guys-
of Fame tight end.
All
so,
these guys like
Adam Thielen went undrafted.
yeah, so there's just different ways to get there. There's not just like this one cookie.
I think
Aaron
also-
Rodgers was a junior college quarterback. It's pretty good.
I think
don't you
also Edelman and Wes Welker went undrafted. Which if Wes Welker, Adam Thielen, and what's his name went undrafted, there's a little bit of a connection.
What you
right
guys
there.
need to
What
do
we talking about?
sometime is do the all-time undrafted.
Tony Romo was undrafted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just do the all-time undrafted team. Put that on your TikTok. That'd be fun.
Thank you for the TikTok idea.
welcome. That's what I do.
It's okay. We'll put a normal TikTok about us having a good day, and then Brandon will send death threats to everybody in the comment section.
Speaking of death threats,
What?
Yep.
the Dodgers.
Oh, Well, real quick,
Who's getting death threats? The Padres?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like finish the job.
real quick.
They just hate
Before we
us.
switch to that, J.D. McKissick, that was a great diving touchdown to
Yeah, it
win
was
the
great.
game
Was he in,
against
though?
the Falcons. He was.
Hey,
in for
you know
sure.
what it
Yeah.
used to be back in the day? The pylons or the end zone, right? It used to go around the world.
Yeah.
So you could jump from like the 4-yard line, like McKissick did.
Yeah.
And he wasn't. I guess they say he was in.
I think they say it was in. Yeah.
Say he was in, but you could jump 5 yards out of bounds. But as long as the ball crossed before you hit the ground, it would be a touchdown.
Well, it was a great play,
You
but
didn't have to
I
hit
think
the
they all were
pylon.
going left, and he somehow shimmied out.
That was
to the
nice
right.
by Taylor because
Yeah.
he knew where his check down was. He ended up having to slide because of the play and then like the pressure.
Yeah.
But he still remembered where. That's another thing. Like you can't. That's why I say gamer. Like that was his 5th guy. It was his check down on the other side of the ball, and Taylor knew where he was, flipped his hips, threw it back over there to him, won the game. So
That's my QB.
that's my
Not
that's
anymore.
my QB too.
Yeah.
Oh, did you cut him?
He cut it, remember?
Dude, go scoop him up right now.
Well, I cut Deshaun Watson today because I was I couldn't have it anymore.
that's part of it.
I couldn't.
He had 5 quarterbacks on his roster. It was 2.
Bro,
You're supposed to collect running backs, not quarterbacks.
Bro, I
in
drafted
fantasy
Cam,
football.
Mac. I was like, so one of these is gonna hit, bro.
Well, they all are going to hit. They all
Yeah.
get 30 points most of the time. Well, not really, but they get a
yeah.
lot. Quarterbacks are pretty much. It's easy to find a guy that's going to be decent.
This man refused to trade me Derek. So I don't know what's going on. He just would
That's
not
his
trade me
uncle. What do you
Derek Carr.
expect?
Why would I do that?
That's a great question.
That's
Why would you
facts.
trade the leading passer in the NFL?
Yeah. All right. Well, about the Dodgers, boys.
death threats to the Padres.
We were hyped about the game today, though. We watched the game today.
Because we were watching it, so for a while they had the score of the Giants game above the score of the Dodger game while we were watching it. And at one point, after Trey Turner hits a home run, grand slam, it goes away. And I'm like, I want to know what the Giants, it was 3-1 at the time. Yeah. Giants were winning. And I'm like, what happened? So I get on my phone. It's 9-1 Giants. I'm like,
yeah.
I changed it. I just turned it off.
I
couldn't watch it anymore.
Don't you have a conspiracy theory that they put in some random no names so that we would?
The Padres did, right?
Yeah, I don't know who their pitcher was like. I think 4.5 ERA or something like that.
Yeah.
So
they didn't care.
No, they wanted the Dodgers to have to go.
Imagine playing in the last game of the year and just not hating the other team that is in your division so much that you just throw the last game.
You got to go out with a win.
At home, you just throw it.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I know. Well, they weren't at home, but just throwing the last game.
How crazy is baseball that like people always criticize there's too many games or like each game doesn't matter.
Yes.
But then 162 games later, it's a half game separating first and second place.
I was thinking that same thing. It's like you guys always complain there's too many games, but it's coming down to literally
every
the last
single one
day.
matters.
Like everyone in Major League Baseball played their game at the same time today.
Yeah.
It's like that tells you something that they've figured something out.
Well, I'm just getting into baseball, so how does this work now? They have a wild card game?
Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah, it's just one game.
Yeah,
just
so we got to put Mad Max on the mound. Let him go at it.
And I think you were telling me it's the Cardinals who haven't lost in 20 games.
I don't know what it is, but I feel like they've been pretty hot. They've been pretty hot. I'm a little concerned, but I think it'll be a great game. It'll be fun.
Dodgers have a little history with the Cardinals or no?
Yeah, I think in the divisional or maybe the NLCS a couple years ago.
I think so, yeah. So.
Why do we always root for a Dodgers-Yankees World Series, but it never happens?
Because the Yankees are trash.
Yeah, they are. They're terrible. Yeah.
The Yankees always have the potential to be a really great team, and then
when you look at the Yankees on paper, you're like, how do they lose one game out of 162 or whatever it is? Like, there's just no possible way. But they do.
Yeah.
They find a way.
I think I just love watching the Dodgers, like the World Series. I think like baseball, like playoffs and stuff is so much fun to watch.
Yeah, the playoffs are great.
Yeah.
The energy is great. Fans are great, and there's like history behind the game.
You've been to some, right? I think we've
gone to playoff games.
We've gone to some playoff games.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, we've gone to Dodger playoff games. They're a blast.
There's some baseball games. I feel like the energy is more exciting than like NFL games sometimes.
At baseball games?
Yeah.
Well, they can be, yeah.
Well, especially when you get down, even if it's not the entire game long, but once you get to like bottom of the ninth or whatever, like when you need somebody to come up to bat and do something big, the energy in the stadium.
Like I bet this Cardinals game is insane. Is it?
Well, there's other things too. Like there's like today when and it wasn't even a playoff game, but Trey Turner gets a 3-1 count. Bases are loaded. You know something's about to happen. Like they got to throw him a strike, right? Or they're gonna walk someone in, and then he gets his pitch. So everyone stands up and starts cheering. They know what's happening.
NFL, you don't know what's gonna happen.
You don't. That's
you kind of have an idea what's about to happen.
A big play could just spring up in the middle of the second quarter. You don't know when that's gonna happen.
But also, you were a little heartbroken today because your boy Max Muncy.
Dude, I don't know what he did.
May have broken
blew his arm out.
Yeah.
So on the trying to make a play at first base.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Did the ball hit his arm or did he?
It looked like he went to try to tag the guy at first base.
Oh,
and then it kind of snapped his arm back. I don't know what happened. They said he was out. They said he's out though.
And Kershaw's out too.
Yeah, which is kind of sad because he walked off the mound, had the baseball in his hand, and it was like
keeping it.
Yeah, like
people
he didn't even know he didn't even know he was doing
Don't
it.
say that. Don't say it's
Kershaw. Some people were saying he was keeping it because he knew he was going to be his last ball or whatever.
I think that might be true.
Is Kershaw going to retire, you think?
I mean, maybe. I don't think I can't see him
he's
playing.
It's
can the Dodgers
It's ridiculous that he's only going to retire with one ring potentially.
I know. Crazy.
Or he'll get another one this year, but not pitching.
I like what he did there.
But could the Dodgers handle Kershaw being gone, or is it like?
Yeah. I think he's. Yeah. I don't know. I love Kershaw.
I do too.
I think he's like 4th or 5th best pitcher on the team right now.
He's more of a symbol of hope at this point.
Yeah, yeah. It's more like
he's
everybody can gather around Kershaw.
He's the beacon of light.
He's
now,
the
Tyler
symbol.
Has called him.
This is what the Dodgers are.
Remember in Endgame when Captain America stood up against Thanos and he tightened his shield? That's Kershaw.
That's Kershaw right now. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
Go withstand all the Padre fans.
I mean, if it comes down to Game 7 of the World Series, they've got a good lead. You need one more out. I say no matter what his arm is looking like, bring him in. Let him pitch the last pitch.
Even if he's throwing 60-mile-an-hour pus up there, they won't be able to hit it.
And his arm might be absolutely destroyed after that, but it doesn't matter.
It's fine. He'll just limp off. It'll be gre't.
I mean, doesn't Magic Johnson own the Dodgers or a part the
he owns
smallest
a small part? Yeah.
Yeah, but I was kind of disappointed in old Magic. He was at the Rams Cardinals game.
I'm not gonna be there.
I'm not. hey, your Dodgers are playing for first place in the division.
Yeah,
if they win, the Giants lose. I'm not gonna be there. He was at the Rams Cardinals game. I'm like, what are you doing,
like,
dude? If I own part of the Dodgers,
not that important of a game, you know.
Football, I'm not gonna go to that game.
Yo, Matt,
Be behind
that
home plate.
That quote hits different every time. You can use that for so much.
I'm not gonna be there.
He's like, are you excited for next season? I'm not gonna be there. Dude, he legit. I'm sorry to anyone who loves him, bro, but he legit kind of like ruined the Lakers and then just said, "I'm out, bro."
No, he did. He definitely ruined it.
He said deuces,
But
bro.
he did so much for Showtime back in the day when I was growing up. I'm fine with it.
Me and like the boys always joke about how like a couple weeks ago when you were on, or like. Also, this is the 8th podcast, and you're on. How does it make you feel?
Oh, yeah.
We said we need to get
8
number
bro.
8 for number 8.
Yeah,
I love that.
Fist bumping, Ty.
Good job, Ty. I know that was you, Ty.
Well, we
I know
always
that
joke
was you.
about how like when we were doing our top 5s, we were all like doing all these like legend players, and you just legit did like the 80s freaking Lakers. Biggest like old head of all time.
That's right.
Just out of
They were the
nowhere.
best. Yeah, come play us whenever you're ready.
I mean, the Lakers in the 80s, it basically was like
Well,
it was an all-star team,
Yeah,
basically.
and that's basically what
Like,
they've done now. They've taken the 90s All-Stars and put them on a team. So that's what, I mean, the Lakers
Saul's
must have heard our podcast.
Yeah. Oh,
and they're
yeah.
like, let's get Russell Westbrook, let's get Carmelo Anthony, bring them all
Saul
back.
sent me a video of him listening to the podcast, and when I asked, like, what's your top 5? And he said the first one, he said Jerry West. He took his headphones off and put
I mean, the man's the logo.
It is.
Can't be
What
too
else do you
bad.
want? Yeah, it's not even Jordan.
He's the face of the NBA.
Kobe's gonna be the logo, bro. I
That'd
can
be
feel
great.
it.
I would love to see that.
It's gotta happen. I didn't forget.
It makes me sad. I have a lot of friends that tell me Kobe is not top 5, or they say he's in the top.
They just
8.
say that
They
to
just
be
say that,
controversial,
bro.
dude.
And
That's
it's
all
just-
people
yeah,
say.
you're
That.
right.
Are your
They're
best
just
friends Max
talking the
Kellerman?
talk.
Is your best friend Max Kellerman?
Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah.
Or
They
who
just
is
say,
your
like,
best friend?
There's so many people better than him. I'm like,
Dude,
man,
sometimes
then
I-
name 7
just-
players better than him.
Yeah, there. Go ahead.
Sometimes
Yeah,
I think-
then do it.
I know he doesn't do it. Like he tells the truth when he's on, but sometimes I think like these ESPN dudes or whatever, they like say something and then they just go in the freaking like back room and cry because of what they just said.
Dude, let me tell you.
It was like they just like sold their soul.
Yeah,
with
they
that
went
take.
against everything they
Yeah.
believe, but they're like, I have to feed my family.
I betrayed
to
all of
say
my
this.
convictions.
Kobe's trash. He doesn't do it. He goes, what have I done?
Yeah.
It's Anakin.
You
Like,
imagine
what
the
have I
meeting-
done?
Because
And
I know
then
how
they just
those
like log on to Twitter and just see the hate rolling in.
I just know how those meetings work. Imagine being the guy like where they're like, you're gonna have to tell everyone Kobe was terrible, and they're just like, really, me?
Or if it's
Do
like
I have to do it?
like how WWE has like the bad guy wrestler.
Yeah.
They have like the
Yeah.
bad guy
You gotta be
analyst.
the
That
heel.
you just
gotta,
got
sorry,
You gotta be the heel,
Sorry,
yeah.
You're right, man. Like, I gotta tell him what? No, I can't tell him
It's
that.
legit like, yeah, like in WWE, it's like, all right, this dude just came back from like his cancer treatment, but you're going to need to tombstone him and then pin him.
And then flip everybody off and leave with his wife. Like, what?
And like,
Yes.
are the fans going to love me for this? They're going to hate
They're
you.
gonna
bro.
hate you, but it's the ratings are gonna be through the roof.
Do you want the Duffy or not?
Through the roof.
Legit, bro. It's like, I feel so bad for some of these guys,
Dude,
bro.
it's terrible. It really
Like
is
they
bad.
just they walk on and say these like so like just
Here's why they do it
nonsense
though.
things.
I figured it out, bro. There's a method to these people's
Also,
madness.
I've been grabbing my boob like the
You grabbed
last
his boob the
5
whole
seconds.
time?
I've been like squeezing it the last like 5 seconds.
It
Bro.
is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You should get that checked.
Fact. What? We're not wearing pink. We have any pink?
You have kind of a pink shirt
Are
on.
you not wearing pink?
It's a little bit of a pink shirt. Anyway, so what was I gonna say?
You said.
I had something really good.
Talking
Oh, that's what they
about-
do.
You figured it out.
I figured it out. So here's what the shows are on Mondays. Okay, not ours because
Yeah.
we spit facts. Okay, and I will
Strictly
never
facts.
say for no reason. Okay.
Yeah.
But what happens is they go, "What's the popular opinion? What does everyone think is happening?" And then they go, "I'm going to say the opposite of that."
Yeah. They go.
And I'm going to say it with conviction.
They go Twitter trending and the opposite
Okay,
of this.
Aaron Rodgers sucks. First week, I'm going to go tell everyone that he's great.
But then you told me like it's like a forest fire. Like everyone starts saying it. Then
Yeah,
like, all
that's
jump
the
on
problem,
together.
too.
Just
yeah.
thinking about like whenever I hear about like trending, like this analyst said this or whatever, like
Yeah.
that clip goes viral. It's never like this is going viral because they had such a good take. It's always
No,
like
never.
it's like listen to this horrible take.
Yes,
that this person
that's
did.
what it is.
So
right?
numbers are numbers.
And so you sit there like, and I'm been in my meetings too, and we're not even in that world really, where it's just kind of like the guys yelling at each other. We're trying to actually inform people. Do it. Please do it.
I stopped it.
Please sneeze.
I stopped it. Bro, why? I still can't forget.
can't breathe.
I thought he was gonna go again.
Next episode, I'm gonna bring in some of
Thought
these
he was
allergic
going on.
to. So you
I
just-
love it. Okay, well, I gotta go because we gotta go watch football games.
All right.
Patriots, Bucks.
That's gonna be such a good game.
Okay.
Also, real quick
let's
though.
let's guess what the score is gonna be before. So when this airs, we'll look dumb or smart. What's the Patriots Bucks score once this already airs and you can't edit it out?
I have a feeling that Mac Jones.
Mackey.
Okay.
Ready.
All right.
I don't know. I feel like Bill Belichick could care less about any other game this season
Okay.
than this game, and that's all they've been planning for.
I have a theory
I have
also.
a feeling that's all they've been doing.
No, sometimes I think, like, where does his true loyalties lie? Like, if he has to leave for the NFL Network, like, you're just leaving the boys, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch football so I get paid so we can turn the lights on for this podcast. So here's what happens. I'm gonna say that Tom Brady doesn't throw for 200 yards in this game because Bill Belichick's
I think
not
Bill
gonna let it
Belichick does not want that to happen.
Bill Belichick will let them run for 400 yards before they let Tom Brady throw 6 touchdowns in this game.
In the interview, he's like, I love him so much. And then he goes like, I'm going to kill him.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
Tom
Brady.
Like all those wide receivers and Gronk and like Mike Evans, Antonio. I don't know is Antonio back yet?
I don't know if Antonio is, and Gronk's
No.
in Tampa Bay
Yeah,
with broken
right,
ribs.
He's out. Yeah.
Tampa that man broke like 15 ribs.
Someone did.
Patriots
something,
by
man.
40.
They paid someone.
He goes, I love Tom. I'm going to kill them.
Like on the outside, they're putting on the front like the prodigal son. Like, oh, I always loved you. Welcome back.
Bro, he's up in the thing, bro, and like Calvin Noy like sacks Brady. He goes, do it.
All the Patriots fans in Foxborough standing up and clapping, standing ovation, but inside they're just
if we
crying.
see some late special teamer for some reason gets subbed in on defense for the Patriots, we know something's about to go down, bro.
Take your time out, Bruce Arians. Get Tom Brady out. He's never going to play another snap.
Kyle, go.
He says a minute. He goes, you know your job. And,
Yeah.
And then he comes back after he gets kicked out of the game and just
It's going to be like
Belichick
Karate
slips him
Kid.
$5 million.
He's like, sweep the leg. He's like, you got a problem with that?
With his freaking hoodie, just do it. He must
love
go
it.
down, and he must go down hard.
I love it.
Alrighty, well,
That's it. Patriots by 40.
yep. Hopefully
You should
probably-
blast. You should blast the score up right here. Like what
Patriots by 40. It's
calling
and
Patriots
then later that day,
happened? Later that day.
they decided to drop 56 points on the Patriots. The Patriots would go scoreless.
The Patriots would go scoreless
Oh, wait,
against the world champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Also, real quick, did you see the thing where last year, so the Jags won their first game, right?
Yeah.
And Gardner Minshew was like, "Don't be complacent with one win," and
yeah.
they've lost 19 straight games.
They said not content with 1-0.
Bro, I saw CBS did that to him, bro.
Yeah, the Jags have
Really?
later that day.
man.
Bill Belichick lost 56-0. That's what I was saying.
Well, we'll see what happens.
All right, well, bye, boys.
See ya.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Harvester Sports Podcast. If you like what you saw, subscribe and go check out our other episodes and clips. Also check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Harvester Sports.